Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. You got a dream, you gotta protect it. You want something, go get it. Period.
What's up, guys? Jay here with For the Love podcast, episode 6. I got my best friend of 20 years with me today. He is Eddie Derenzo. What's up, Ed?
How you guys doing?
Oh, shit, Eddie Derenzo. If you guys have never met Eddie, you really won't understand the person and the personality behind what we're doing today. But there's a reason why I have him on. Besides being my best friend of 20 years, he's a one-of-a-kind dude, no doubt about it. What do you think?
That's definitely true. No one else like me.
So, I met Eddie probably in middle school. That's when, because we didn't go to the same elementary school.
I went to Tuttle.
You went to Tuttle, yeah. I was on the other side of Fox, and so I went to Deer Run for the most part. And then I met you in middle school, but we didn't really hang out too much in middle school. Started hanging out probably like high school.
I think you actually hated me in middle school.
No, you annoyed the shit out of me probably.
That could be true.
You annoyed me definitely in middle school because you were like loud and just like...
I was hyper.
You were just annoying. You wanted to be the center of attention.
I'm still like that.
Yes. So, that's when I met you, and but in high school is really when we started to really hang out. We had a group of friends that we kind of all clicked with. We were all a big group. That group eventually grew apart as we got older, but in high school we had some pretty fun times.
I don't think you remember, but the first time we ever hung out, we went to the Brantford movie theaters.
That was the place to hang out.
That was the first time we hung out.
That was the place where most people hung out during high school, but I don't recall that, to be honest. No, I don't. That was the first time?
First time, yeah. We all went there. I met you guys there. It was like 10 of us.
Yeah.
And that was the first time we actually ever hung out.
We had good times there. That was definitely a lot of our high school years, weekend nights over there. Or when I was working at Subway, a lot of the times you guys would come down there, hang out.
Great times.
Yeah. You were, of course, a wild dude as always in high school. After high school, even more. How old are you now?
35.
35?
Yeah.
You're going to be 36 soon, huh? Your
April
birthday's
5th.
Yeah, another month or two.
I'm an Aries, ladies.
What does that mean? Do you know anything about it, about Aries?
Not too much. I know I'm a little, romantic, affectionate.
Yeah. I do say you do have that in you. You love, you love romance and
Yes.
love and with a woman and shit like that. You are big into that. I know that for a fact. But you don't know anything more about Aries?
I don't know if I really believe in that stuff. I mean, I don't get how a sign can determine who you are in a way. I mean,
well, I believe in it, and I'm going to tell you why I believe in it. I believe in it because these signs are somewhat based around the whole sun, stars, planets,
like the universe type thing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So everything's kind of based around that belief, and I am a big believer that is all energy that projects down onto us and does mean something. So what I think about those signs is that energy that is coming from the universe or whatever ends up projecting down onto us, and whenever we were born, that's the energy being projected down into the world at that time.
That does make sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So when you're being born, I don't know the connection between that. There's got to be something deeper into it.
Yeah.
But
so you believe in the whole signs that are compatible type thing?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's don't get me wrong. There's always going to be people that are opposites that attract. That's why that phrase exists in the first place. But yeah, I believe in that. I mean, I'm a big believer in spirituality and things that going on in the world based around higher powers and energy and stuff like that. And I think all that shit kind of exists.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Eddie, in high school, you played what? Football?
Football, basketball.
Basketball. You're self-proclaimed as like great at all of these things.
Very great.
And why do you think you're so good at these?
I just was. I was athletic. I was talented. I had the motivation to be successful in sports. But my problem is East Haven, and I don't care if this affects people and hurts people's feelings, but it's politics.
Oh yeah.
If your mom's not baking brownies, cookies for the coach, you're not playing. That's the bottom line.
Is that what was happening?
That's exactly what's happening.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard conversations between parents and coaches saying not to play other people.
You know, it's funny because like I'm not involved in all that shit, but I do hear like a lot of people now, you know, our ages that are involved in doing all that, like coworkers, stuff like that, and all the drama involved in it.
No,
there's always drama. And it's like crazy because these towns, man, there really is a lot of drama in towns.
And honestly, that's why East Haven is not that successful in sports. That's why they don't win a lot of championships, because they don't play the players that deserve to play. They play the players that the family members have connections with into the school and the last names and stuff like that. That's how it's been. It's always been.
So that's why you think you didn't play as much?
Exactly, especially in football. I was very talented in football.
Yeah.
But, just how the school is with East Haven, it's politics. After later years in life, I started playing, like, in North Brantford, flag football.
Yeah.
I was really good.
In flag football?
Yeah,
I remember you playing that.
A coach came up to me and was talking about trying out for a semi-pro team.
I remember you telling me,
the Connecticut Bearcats. And I actually played with them. These are, like, talented players. I actually played with them. I was doing really well. Then I ended up trying out. I made the team, but I got hurt. Like, I have severe arthritis in my knees. So I couldn't. Just the hits were killing me.
You play with pads on and stuff in those leagues?
Yeah.
So it's full contact and stuff. Yeah. Now, what position did you play?
They wanted me a slot receiver. But
Is that what you played?
High school I played running back.
Yeah.
Receiver type thing.
In flag football, is that what you were playing?
I was a receiver, yeah.
So that's what you did.
I was dominating. Like,
wearing the North Brantford Dome.
Yeah, this kid Ray. I don't know if you know Ray.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. he was the quarterback. I would just tell him, throw me deep. I'd beat the safety and I was gone.
Yeah.
I scored. Yeah, then I scored so many touchdowns.
There's a lot of people that play in that league.
Tons. Of
I
people.
played in it 1 year, I think.
Did you?
Yeah, I forget who I played in it with, but I did play.
I don't know. I think they still have it, but I don't know how good it is now. But back then, everybody played.
Yeah, I do remember a lot of people playing into it, but I think now, as obviously you get a little older and like people have kids and shit, they probably don't have the time to do that stuff. But you know what? That shit is fun to still do. That's why I play in golf leagues and shit. That I love golf, so that's what I'm good at. You obviously played with me, and
I suck at golf, by the way.
Very, very funny to see him play, though.
Yeah.
But that's why I play in those leagues, because it kind of keeps me, competitive and playing often.
No, that makes
but
sense.
it's fun. I like it. That's kind of a sport that I think I can play till I'm like old and shit. So.
But basketball was my passion. I've been playing basketball since I was like 5.
Yeah,
I played
that weird crossover that you have.
Yeah. First of all, it was a great crossover in my younger days.
Yeah, you hold it up in the air. It's like basically traveling.
When you want to play like Allen Iverson, that's what you got to do. That's who I studied all my life in basketball.
Yeah, we know.
Iverson.
We know.
We had this discussion. I was a big Iverson fan. I played like him.
Yeah, I was in Miami one time, and some like chick. She was definitely a hooker. She was like, Allen Iverson was down there at the time, and she told us that she was just with him and like fucked around him and shit.
I think that was the time that he was broke. He lost a lot of his money. But,
how did that happen?
I don't know. I think he was gambling. He was doing a lot of things. Not making good decisions for his age. Yeah. But no, I was saying, like, basketball, I love that. I played biddy basketball.
Yeah, you know what? I just went to PC Richards. I had to get something over there, and the guy that helped me out was talking about biddy basketball with me.
Was he really?
Because he knows Justin, and he was talking about Justin's dad and stuff, and how they coached against each other and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I remember playing in that too. A lot of people, man.
Everybody played biddy basketball.
Everybody was doing that shit back in the day. That shit was fun.
That was the place to be.
Yeah, that was out of the old.
Then I played in middle school. We were actually pretty good.
Yeah, I remember that team, actually.
We were stacked.
That was a stacked team, middle school.
Had Pepe, Carafano.
Yeah,
then they ended up going to Notre Dame, and it kind of like diminished all our talent.
That is true, yeah.
Then we had freshman year, which we were horrible freshman year. Then I played JV as a freshman. So it was good.
What was your best memory of high school?
sports or just high school?
Just in general.
Well, to be honest with you, I didn't go to senior year. I didn't go
I
a
know.
lot.
You never went, dude.
No.
I remember because sometimes we would pick you up and shit, but then like you just were not coming, and you still graduated. I think they just wanted you gone.
Probably. I just school wasn't for me. Like I didn't want to be around the people. I didn't want to be there. I wanted to just.
Yeah, you know what? I look back, and now I look at high school, and I'm like, I'm not a big fan of any education system that's ran by the government and shit like that, because it's like I don't really recall anything that I've ever really used from high school other than like, you know, obviously grammar and basic math and shit like that, but like in reality a lot of that stuff you're not using on a daily basis, or maybe you just don't realize you are. I don't know, but I look back and I'm like, damn, you're really just going through the motions just to get to that next step of boring as shit.
Honestly, the most important thing that you probably use now from high school is Spanish. Because
I know I never even took it.
Yeah, you would have to kind of.
If I could go back, I probably would have. I probably would have learned that. If I had the mindset that I have now back in high school, oh my god, dude, I would probably be real focused. I'd probably realize how much I can really learn at that time.
I would actually be more focused if I was like my mindset now back in high school. I'd be more into history.
Yeah, I always loved history, but now I don't believe a lot of it because a lot of that shit in those books and stuff were written, and they were written by John Rockefeller and his boys.
Yeah, because
he had a shit ton of money, and the education system back in the day was garbage.
Yeah.
They needed money, and he said he would fund it, and the stipulation was his people wrote all this shit. So
I mean, a lot of the big events are conspiracy theories now.
What do you mean? Oh,
like the moon landing. Like they say that was fake.
Yeah.
Like a lot of.
Well,
stuff
they
now
were apparently in competition with Russia or something. And everything I feel like is money. I mean, how much? Think of it like this: how much money did that first moon landing? Was it really worth?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Out of everything, like, you know what I mean? That's
the
there's
government
money behind
controls
everything.
what you see.
100%.
I mean, there's rumors that there's two suns. There's a lot of different.
I saw a picture. I saw a picture this dude showed me. We talk about this stuff, and he's deep into this stuff. And I just started kind of getting a little into it because it's kind of cool to see. But it was a picture where certain countries, the government would disseminate a picture of what the Earth looked like from the sky. Yeah, it was different for every country. Like basically, like ours, you know how ours is like blue, green, whatever, like white. Others were like red, you know, like just different colors. Like it was totally different. And I'm like, and this is apparently, but you know what? I need to kind of do a little more research on that, and I should ask somebody from a different country. You know what I mean? Like, hey, what does Earth look like on? You know. To see if that's really true. But
I mean, like in reality, people have their own theories, but there has to be another life form out there. Look how big the universe is, how many planets are out there, you know? Like there has to be something else. We can't be the only human beings in the world. Universe.
I do believe there's, you know, I was never really a big believer in all that shit, but now I'm like getting older, my mind's expanded a little, opened up more, and I'm like, and I don't trust the government at all.
No.
So I started to really believe that there's a lot that we don't know.
Think about millions and millions and millions of sightings of aliens, and you're telling me all those people are liars?
Yeah,
don't make sense.
I don't either. I mean, I know some people. I personally know some people that have seen UFOs or say they've seen them and shit like that. And I mean, these aren't people that I really deem as crazy.
My dad actually has a story. When I used to go to Overbrook, and he was picking me up from Overbrook, and it was a daytime. He looked in the sky, and he saw something sitting there. Then all of a sudden, it zoomed as fast as it can be out of the picture. He didn't know what it was.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, I've heard stories like that around here and stuff too, like in North Brantford, shit like that, and like, but it's weird to think that would be around like your area. You don't think about like you think it's gonna be in like Arizona.
But how many people just actually just sit for hours looking in the sky?
That's the other thing.
Like you'd have to sit there for a long time, just staring at the sky, just looking, concentrating on the sky to see if you can see anything.
That is true. I mean, how often are you really staring at it?
They're not.
That's why a lot of these sightings are really probably, you know, they say a lot of them are from like pilots, Air Force pilots, shit like that. That show, I'm watching that show. My sister got me on that show, Project Blue Book. You watch it yet?
I didn't see that yet.
Watch that shit. It's good.
Will.
It's about basically like the government and aliens. And back in the day, a lot of Air Force pilots were seen having experiences in the sky and shit. So the government hires a doctor to try to give these guys theories of what they're seeing scientifically, you know, being like, oh, it's really gases and shit like that. But then the doctor starts to realize it's bullshit and they're really covering something up.
They came out and put it on TV now. It was that, I don't know.
This was a true story, too.
Yeah, the Air Force guy that saw, like, something in the sky, then they know what it was. Like, it came out. Like, the government let it come out. Yeah. So, I mean, there's something that they're not telling us.
Well, of course. I mean, they don't want mass hysteria, all this shit. But in reality, it's like, now you create distrust and all that shit too. But the other point of it is we as human beings, we're fucking scared of anything that isn't us.
That's true.
So now we really don't know if there is another life form. We really don't know if it's bad. Mm-hmm. You know, it could be good. They could be good for us.
They could be scared of us.
And that's the thing. And you get some people saying like how much we can learn from them. Yeah. They say a lot of our technology is from them. That those are other theories.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I wonder if in my lifetime I'll ever really see anything to give me reason to believe it more, or if they'll just come out with it.
I'm the type of person I have to believe it to see it. Like people talk about ghosts and paranormal activity and stuff like that. I don't believe it until my eyes can see it.
Same.
So,
but I do have a belief more towards it.
I agree with certain things.
You showed me that video of the conspiracy of the NFL with the Super Bowl.
I mean,
big Niners fan too. This guy,
dire Niners fan. I mean, watching that game, there were so many missed penalties that it goes by who the referee was. He's been in other games. Like at the end of the video, you see him. He's the referee in that Saints-Rams game last year where they missed pass interference. Yeah.
Was he in the Patriots Chiefs game too?
Yes.
So like when they called that
non-touchdown?
Yeah.
Yes.
So he was doing that.
I mean, come on, be honest with you. You don't think they have earpieces in? You don't think they're getting somebody in their ear saying different things? Don't call something. I
always believe this. I said this, and I've been saying it from the beginning of the year that Mahomes is going to be the new face. You can already see it from last year, and everything's about money. So my opinion was that if this dude did get to the Super Bowl, I'll tell you, to think that they could script a whole season is kind of crazy.
No, I don't.
But I guess they could.
I don't know if they can. It would take a lot of effort.
It's just putting that referee in all these games.
No, exactly. Or they can just have, hopefully those two teams get there. Then once they get there, they can script who wins.
Right.
But if you watch that video, it's obvious the penalties that were missed.
Yeah.
They call a false start in San Fran in the fourth quarter at the end of the game.
Yeah, they don't call the holding with Bosa.
No, but that holding.
And then there was another
huge.
False start that they don't call on the Chiefs.
Offsides.
Yeah, offsides.
Yeah, but like if that one penalty is called, San Fran gets a first down and they run the clock out.
Yeah,
it's those little things like that. Like, come on, that 3rd and 15, Bosa was definitely held. You know, it's just ridiculous.
It's going to be hard for them to get back there, San Fran.
I mean, they're very young. They have the best defense.
Richard Sherman's not young. How long?
He's only one.
How long will he be there?
I mean, he's
overrated anyways. I think
he is a little overrated. It's older, slower, but he's the only one. We still got the D line. We're going to sign Buckner. We're going to sign Arik Armstead. We're going to sign them. We have Jimmy G. We're going to get him another weapon.
You love that dude.
No, I actually don't. I'm not a huge fan of him. I mean,
I don't like how he plays. He scares me.
I will have to say, he tore his ACL last year, out for the whole season, and he came back from that to go straight to the Super Bowl. Tell me how many, and that was this year was his first full season. So how many people can tear their ACL out the whole year in their first full season go to the Super Bowl?
Good point.
So
Good point. But I don't think that he took them there. I think mostly the defense. He had a lot of people step up this year.
Do you know they averaged the second most points in the NFL behind Kansas City?
Yes, that's great. But what I'm saying is he had a lot of weapons around him.
What weapons did he have?
Are you kidding me?
He has 2 unsigned draft.
They had
backs.
3 nasty running backs that were just
we're
playing.
Not getting it. 2 of those running backs weren't signed. They weren't drafted.
What's your point? What I'm talking about is they all played great this year.
They played great.
I'm not saying they were
superstars,
superstars.
but they're not superstars.
They
The
played like
offense makes
superstars.
them
That's my
superstars.
point.
Yeah, the offense. I mean,
So my
most
point
are-
is this: if those players don't play like that next year, Jimmy G's not going to carry them there.
Yeah, I mean, Adebo's going to be a stud. I mean, Sanders probably hopefully still there. We have another guy that's called Jalen Hurd. He's out the whole season. He's a rookie. He's 6'5". He was a running back at Tennessee.
What is he going to be? Receiver?
We're going to put him at receiver, our tight end. So him and Kittle together. This kid
Yeah, that could be
beast.
good. Yeah,
He's really good.
Where'd he play?
He went to Tennessee, then he went to Baylor.
Oh.
He's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
It'll be an interesting season.
Yeah. Well, NFL's over. XFL this Sunday.
I'm actually really excited. I was looking at last night. I was looking at the rosters and looking at the teams.
Anybody you know?
Yeah, there's the quarterbacks. But, I mean, there's no studs.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like the only player that think's probably the best in the league is Cardell Jones. He went to Ohio State, won a national championship as a third-string quarterback.
Are the rules and shit different?
I think so. I didn't go over the rules, but the rules are a little different.
It's gonna be on TV, obviously.
Yeah, it's gonna be on TV. Yeah, I mean, there's 8 teams. It's all the big cities. I mean,
so that's not that many teams.
no, I think they're gonna grow, but like I said, the closest teams to us are New York and DC.
I just wonder if
But I was looking at honestly, the colored uniforms are pretty cool.
I didn't
Like
see him.
one, like the Dallas team has like baby blue colors.
Yeah.
They're pretty sick. But I was trying to look at the roster, see what team am I gonna like? Who am I gonna pick?
Oh,
But
you're just
but I don't think you can because there's not like some of these. I mean,
You should. I'll pick one. I'll pick one. You pick one, and that's who we're gonna stick with. How
right.
about that? Before
I was thinking about Dallas because the colors are pretty cool.
I gotta look and see who's out there. I don't even know.
There's
really
like
much
Dallas, there's LA, there's St. Louis, New York, DC.
about it. Yeah.
I don't know. There's a couple other teams I can't remember.
Let me ask you this. We'll get a little real here. Did you gamble this year?
I did.
Why?
Honestly, just stupidity. Like,
What makes you? For people who don't know, Eddie should not be gambling. He's had problems with gambling.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
listen, it's real life. He's not the first person in the world to do this shit.
I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. I barely drink. It's an addiction. Like, I've been doing it since I was 18 years old. Like, you know you're gonna lose, but you still do it. It's like an adrenaline rush. Like, you can't stop it. But like, it's bad. Like, you know, it's.
I know you were always into sports. You love sports. What got you into the gambling?
I don't know. Trying to win a quick buck. See if you can win a quick buck. But it's.
Do you remember the first time you gambled?
Yeah, I was like 18.
Do you remember the game?
No, I don't remember the game.
Do you remember who you were doing it with? How did you find a bookie and shit?
I don't know.
This isn't like the internet days where you can just go online and do this.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of these people think they're tough guys when they're really not tough guys. And I'll say it out there. And if anyone has a problem, they can come talk to me.
Meaning me.
But you know,
Meaning what?
They think they're owed. They're a bookie, but they think they're owed money. You're not owed shit. It's not your money. It's
Yeah,
fake
but it's
money.
somebody's money that they're responsible for.
It's play money.
What do you mean?
It's just play money. Like, it's just they're not owed that money. It's not like, oh, you owe them the money. It's just you're putting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had my problems with
My point to you is it's not play money. How is it play money?
Not play money.
You owe somebody if you put a bet in and you lose, that money you owe that money to somebody.
No, you're right.
So how are you saying that you don't?
It's hard when you gamble with money you don't have, type situation. You know.
Yeah, you've done that plenty of times.
I've done that plenty of times, and honestly, I don't care.
But
I mean,
what do you mean you don't care?
I don't care anymore. Like, I'm over the whole gambling thing. I'm 35 now.
Meaning that it doesn't. What do you mean?
I gambled this year and I lost money when I shouldn't have lost it. You know, like, it's an addiction that I'm trying to overcome.
But when you say you're over it, you're over what?
I'm over that feeling of losing money, like money that can go somewhere else. You know.
So you're starting to smarten up, is what you're saying?
Yeah, my brain is smartening up a little bit.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do I want to lose money that I can put somewhere else? I can put to my kid's future.
100%.
You know, it's honestly, like, people can say all they want, and I honestly don't give a fuck what people are gonna say about me. It's the problem of, like, you know, it's the addiction. Like, it's hard to control. It's hard to stop, because there's so many sports, so it's just hard to. It's a feeling.
What's
inside.
the weirdest shit you ever bet on?
No, just sports. I never went like
baseball and shit. Were you betting like it's at one point like every night and shit?
Yeah. Like, I would try to win $100, $200 a day.
Jeez.
But like, it's not like that. It's all fantasy in your mind if you think you're gonna win like that.
What do you mean?
Like, you think you can bet, look at a team, and like, you can look at a million different sites and everyone says pick that team, and they can lose. Because honestly, even these professional people on TV, they don't know the outcome of the game.
Yeah.
Like anything can happen. That's why they play the games.
Yeah.
You know, then I knew I was going to lose.
Unless it's scripted.
True, but the thing is, I would bet knowing I was going to lose. Going to the game, I'm going to lose this game.
Why would you do that?
Because it was the adrenaline rush. You know, it's an addiction, and there's millions of people that do it.
Nothing else gives you that rush.
No. Maybe sex.
Yeah,
but,
I know that about you. Yeah, definitely. I was going to say women.
Women.
But
like it's just something that. It was like, you know, when people do drugs, they do drugs because it's that adrenaline rush. It feels good.
Right.
And that's something that made me feel good. But at least if they're doing it, they're getting something from it. I'm losing something from it.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, but I this year was a year where I realized no more.
So you kind of put that behind you,
Yeah, I actually I went to a couple going.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm going to start going to a couple more classes to try to figure it out.
That makes me proud of you.
Thank you.
You know,
thank you.
Because,
but people out there judge and they'll say all kinds of stuff. And honestly, I don't.
Yeah,
care.
but here's what you got to realize, and same thing with me, bro. My business is always out there because of, you know, everything, my career, all these things. You know what I mean? And everybody's gonna say something, but they're not there next to you. They're not there
because the shoreline is the shoreline of gossip.
Everywhere's like that.
That's
that's how the world is. It's not just around here, bro. But the fact of the matter is you got to block all those people out anyways. Yeah. They don't matter.
Honestly, I don't care what anyone thinks about me.
I think we all know that.
Yeah, I honestly don't. I don't.
But
if you hate me, you hate me. You like me, you like me.
The point is number one, you gotta love yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. You gotta the people in your circle should be benefiting you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, like, think about it, dude. How many friends have we had over the years?
A lot.
And it's not that we dislike any of these people or anything, but people come in and out of your life. Like, I look back and I look at how many friends we've all had and how many friends we've lost and who's still around and who's new. But at this point in my life, the people in my circle, I have to know that I can count on you.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to me. It's kind of like trust nobody, you know, type situation.
Why is that's how you are?
No, but it's like hard. It's hard to trust people. Like, I don't really like trusting people. You're the same way too. Certain things.
I tend to give people the benefit of the doubt, but I kind of learned over the years to really watch. Like, I don't pay attention to everybody for the most part, but at the same time I am. It's like, it's weird because I've learned this. I used to always think like, fuck it, they're being shitty to somebody else, but they're not being shitty to me. But you don't realize, like, there's going to be a day where they're going to be shitty to you. Because that's just how they are. So what happens is I've learned to watch how people treat other people. Because even though they're not treating me like that now, if they're doing it to somebody else, that means that they'll probably do it to me at some point.
100%.
Because you either treat people good or you don't. And if you're doing it to other people, eventually that will come to you. So I just learned not to be around those type of people.
Yeah, the mind's a tricky thing.
And I don't fault those people or anything like that. I think more or less that they have their own issues within themselves that is always projected out onto the environment around them.
That's why it's kind of hard. You go through life and, like, you go through so many friends and you stay friends with somebody for 20 years. Not many people out there are doing it.
I know. You love people. You love telling people that.
No, I mean,
everybody we meet.
No.
We've been friends for 20 years. Love it.
It's a crazy feeling. It's different. Not many people out there can say they've been friends with me for that long.
Well,
I mean, we had our ups and downs.
Oh, I remember not talking to you and I cut you out of my life
for like a year.
Because I'm very even back then, even more, I was very hard on people. Not hard on people, but I'm a believer in tough love. I'm a believer in being real. But I also think that's why our friendship is so tight because...
No, I wasn't being a good person back then.
Well, I mean, I love that you say that now because it makes me happy, obviously, to hear that, but also it proves my point, not just to myself, but people who don't really see you in the same way that I do.
The mind evolves, you know, so my mind took a little longer to evolve into something where I want to be, you know. It's like, because you want to stay young, you want to keep that young mind, keep that young feeling, and that's how I've always been. Then you just one day it snaps, you're like, wow, what's going on? Like, you start realizing things.
But let me tell you something though. I'm proud of you because it's almost I feel like we have helped each other a lot, because me going through what I've went through recently and changing a lot in my life to be better and a better person and all these things. I feel like you kind of jumped on board and saw that it was working for me and it was bettering me and all these things. And you were like...
See, the thing about me all my life, I always played that role of the dumb kid. Like, a lot of those listeners out there right now will think that about me. Like, well, he's not smart. He's an idiot. But I'm actually very intelligent. I just don't show it. Like, people don't understand that. Like, I just go along with people, you know, just they make jokes, crack jokes on me. I think my life's a joke.
Well, this is the thing I tell people about you all the time. The reason why Eddie's my best friend for 20 years is because out of all my friends, he's the realest. Like, I can break his balls, and I can say, Ed, what the fuck are you doing?
I'll be honest with you,
that.
No one out there has gotten their balls broken with anybody more than me. In all aspects of different circles, my balls have been broken the most.
They are, because
and they're big balls.
It's it's because of your personality mainly, because you take it and you just let it roll off of you, which is a good thing. Don't change that. No, because that's why
I just don't want people to think I'm like a laughing stock. I'm a joke, because I'm not.
Yeah. Well,
I'm actually intelligent.
You shouldn't. You know, the fact that you dwell on that and think...
No, I don't care what people think about me, because, you know, a lot of people don't really say it to your face anyways. They say it behind your back.
For the most part, yeah, you're right. But, I mean, I tell people, like, Eddie's always been real. Like I could say to Ed, like, Ed, you fucked up. What is your problem, dude? And he'll be like, I know, whatever, and be real about it. Like, he doesn't take things really too personal. And he can take criticism. And it was funny because, like, the other day we were talking, and I said to you, what do you think really, like, kept us always, like, friends for a long time? Do you remember what you said?
I can't remember what I said.
You were like, because you're always real with me.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I mean, that's how I have to be now, you know? We have a kind of that, like, interaction. We're like the Odd Couple kind of situation. Like, if we had our own show, it'd be a hit TV.
I tried doing that years ago.
I know.
Eddie, I always knew Eddie was different, like personality wise. So, like, this was like shortly after high school. I wanted to do a reality show before the Jersey Shore even got huge, because I was like, this kid's personality, people will watch the show. I was going to do like a YouTube thing. So I bought a camera, everything. And Eddie was living in like this small studio apartment over in like East Haven. You had like 2 cats.
I had 2 cats, yeah.
And every time I would start filming, he had a bad temper at that time. He would always get pissed off and try fighting me. So I was never really able to get it done. But if you let me do that, that would have been...
No, back then, like, my temper, I just let everything affect me. Like, everything... It was, honestly, I didn't know how depressed I was. I've been depressed for the majority of my life, like, severely depressed.
A lot of people are.
No, I know, like, but I didn't know how bad it was until I started, like, realizing with my mind, you know, started thinking about it. Yeah. And started, like, talking to a therapist about it.
Yeah, listen, I'm big believer in therapy, and the only reason I say that is because I used to knock it. I used to say, how could somebody tell you what's wrong or fix you or anything like that when they don't even know you? They're not there with you, all this shit. It's not about that. It's about just going to a controlled area with somebody that will listen and kind of play devil's advocate here and there and make you understand things but obviously you have to put your own work into it too.
No, I agree 100%.
But that's how a lot of this world is depressed, bro. A lot of this world is going through life every day, not really knowing who they are or what they love.
Depressed. Because they put a facade on the social media like they're the happiest person in the world. In reality, they're not.
Of course.
And they're depressed inside. And it's okay to let people know. You know, I held it in. I held it in. I mean, I was 30. I was in great shape, 6-pack. I was looking good. I gained 60-something pounds because I was depressed.
Yeah.
I made myself feel.
What was making you depressed?
Just nothing. Something. It's just your mind. Your mind can control you. You know.
Of course. Your mind controls everything in reality.
And it was just the mind was taking over, and it was a disease, and it was winning.
Yeah.
And I let it win.
I understand that.
So now I lost 40 pounds. I'm trying to get back into where I used to be.
Yeah.
I'm trying to expand my business more.
Yeah. Solar.
Solar. Yeah, I mean, solar is the way to go.
You've been in sales for like ever, dude.
10 years.
I remember
sales.
I remember you working at Strawberries on Branford Hill.
Oh, great story of Strawberries, man. I was working Strawberries. This kid comes in. He takes about 20 DVDs, runs out. What do? I hop over the counter. I chase him up Branford Hill into a backyard. I tackle him. I get the 20 DVDs back. I bring him back to the store. Then they tell me, "Oh, you might be getting fired for this." What? I just got 20 DVDs back, and you're gonna fire me after I ran up Branford Hill and tackled the kid? Yeah. So, of the story is you're not supposed to chase people that are trying to steal.
Yeah. But
remember my first job? I was 16. I worked at Rite Aid.
I do remember that, right near your house.
Yeah. Then I worked at Frank's Nursery.
Yes, I remember that too.
that was a great job, Frank. If you don't know, that's in Branford. It's where all Pets Clubs is now. But it used to be Frank's Nursery. For all you youngsters out there, it was a pretty good job.
That was fun.
You guys used to meet me there after I got out of work.
Oh man,
that was good times.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, solar. I mean, I love solar because like. It makes no sense for someone to pay more money for electricity when you can pay less money. What does the utility companies do for you in general? They just every year raise your rates higher and higher.
Of course.
And you never see any of that money back.
Right.
You pay electricity to the day you die.
Yeah.
In reality. So when solar happens, you own the system. It's your own utility company on your roof. After 20 years, it's free energy for the rest of your life.
I did it. I mean,
you see the savings. You see it.
Yeah, no, I do get savings. I will be honest with it. I don't like the look of it. I hope that they eventually come out with. I mean, I'm on the beach, so it really doesn't matter for me. But if I was like in an area where my roof faced like the street or something, and I don't like that look.
But the thing about it though, how many times do people look at your roof? Do you go on the roof and hang out? You
don't look at the wall, no, but
exactly.
You don't look at the roof per se, but when those things are on it, you do, because it draws you to it.
People will say, like, I don't even notice they're on there. Like, you don't look up and look at the roof.
I see.
Because you have an eye. If you don't have solar panels on your roof, you will never look at your roof.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, but I'm just saying that, no, you're not getting it. Your roof doesn't matter unless you're going to hang out there. If you're saving money, that's what it matters.
Yes, you're right in a way, but some people like the look, some people don't. Yeah, if they can come out with, I thought they were going to come out with these.
What I say is
solar shingles.
Yeah. They're too expensive and they break easily.
Really?
Yeah. But the thing is, I tell people, if you don't like the way it looks, okay, you pay your $300 a month in the summer instead of paying $120. Then come get back to me if you still hate how it looks.
That is true.
I mean, it makes no sense. Some people, I've seen bills $800-900 in the summer.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Why would you want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
You can buy two car payments for that.
No, you're right.
Makes no sense.
You're right.
But to me, the solar's the future. It's clean energy. It helps the planet.
Yeah. Are you going green?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good to go green,
Yeah.
But like I said, I mean, I just hired about 10, 15 guys. My company is called Reasonable Solutions. That's my marketing company. I have a contract with SunPower. They're the number one solar company in the world. The best panel is made in the United States. They're owned by Total, a $1 billion company.
Yeah.
They're pretty up there. Now I'm looking into getting the stocks with them. Their stocks are actually rising right now.
Solar is probably a good stock to get into, I would think. I want to start learning more about stocks, doing day trading and stuff. That's what I really wanted to do. People tell me, you can make a quick $400 or $500 in a day.
Oh, 100%.
But so I'm gonna try to start learning more of that. I've learned to really I want to learn everything about making money. You know what I mean? And it's not because I want to be this millionaire to buy a lot of things. And this is where, I think the enlightenment of the mind comes in, where you're at that point where your mind's working properly, where you can realize I want to be an entrepreneur. Number one, I love being an entrepreneur. That's my passion.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that until probably I always was trying, but it wasn't clicking. And I think that happens for most people. So they give up. And the key is don't give up. Like, just keep trying. You know what I mean? Like, eventually it clicks and you learn.
The reason why I like that, because I don't like to be bossed around by somebody. Like, people go to a job, they make a certain amount of money, and they're told what to do. Like, I don't like being told what to do.
The freedom, and that's what I'm getting at, is I want to eventually be so financially well off that I have the freedom to do whatever I want in my life.
What Grant Cardone says, I watched a video the other day, he says is when you get money, disperse it, get rid of it. Don't hold on to money.
Yeah, I mean, but you're supposed to
put it in other places. Yeah, yes, put it in other places. You never want to hold on to your money. You want to put it in other places. Yes. And that's how you grow more money.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, it was, like I said, it was a good video. I tagged you in it. He was talking to this kid who was from Iran or whatever. The kid said he made $180,000, looking to make $200,000 next year. He goes, well, why aren't you making $2 million a year? Can you make $2 million a year? Said, yeah, you do. You need to do it. So it's a pretty good video. I mean, certain things he says is not bad, but I also listened to Jordan Belfort.
Yeah.
That's the Wolf of Wall Street, the movie about him.
Right.
That dude is no joke. You got to watch his videos.
I haven't watched too many of his, but
he will motivate you.
Does he?
Like nobody else.
But is he more of a he's
more of a salesman?
Yeah, he's more a salesman, right?
But he's just good. He motivates you. You know.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of stories about Grant Cardone that he's not fully true at a certain thing.
Yeah, I have to. So that kind of turns me off.
What turned me off of him was when Grant Cardone and Jordan Belfort Grant Cardone went on Jordan Belfort's podcast.
I saw that.
He saw that, and he made him look stupid.
He did.
And Grant Cardone was challenging him to a fight. that's what ended up happening.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't understand that whole deal there.
They made a movie about Jordan Belfort, Wolf of Wall Street, humongous movie. You know, and that's how he was, and he was one of the best.
In reality, dude, like I really started to use that mantra of like believing something's gonna happen. Yeah. And if you believe it's gonna happen, it will happen, dude. Like in my mind, I keep saying like I'm gonna be this. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, that's where my whole saying came from. Like I never believed in myself because honestly,
most don't.
A lot of people in my family, in my life, never believed in me. Like even people out there now, they don't believe I can be successful.
Yeah.
But and that got in my head, and I was like, why me? Why would I be a millionaire? Why would I make millions of dollars? Then I realized, why not me? Why can't I do it? I easily can do it. It's meant for me to become a millionaire.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is this, dude. Like, really, it's all about what you're putting into it. You know what I mean? Like, like for example, this whole podcast thing, I wanted to do it. I when I have something in my mind that I want, you know me, bro. Like, I just can't. It won't get out of my mind unless I do it.
Yeah.
So I have to do it.
You'd be surprised. There's a lot of millionaires out there. I don't know how many there is, but there's a lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
Tons of millionaires. So really, anybody can do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that much money anymore. It is, but it's not as much as... I mean, listen, if you're smart, you can be... Your whole life will change with $1 million.
But I don't think you can't... For our age right now, you can't survive off $1 million. I don't think.
No, not survive. You still have to have some type of income coming in.
Yes.
But if you had $1 million and you did the right thing, like... paying off a mortgage, having no mortgage, paying off a car, not having a car, things like that, and then you have, now you can really, if you need to work, you work 40 hours. You don't have to kill yourself. Your life is now a lot easier.
So a lot of people like understand. Like I'm looking for people to work. I try hiring other people. They don't understand. Like, it's sales and straight commission, but you're not going to make money in sales than you are in another job. You go to a job, you work 40 hours, you get one pay every single week. It's like, and it takes forever to get a raise. At least in sales, there's no limit to what you make. You can make as much money as possible as you want.
That's true. I mean, it's really all about what you put into it in reality. I mean, when that's, man, I think about you and I'm like, people don't know you like I know you. Yeah. So like when you talk about like, how people never believed in you and this and that,
people up to my age right now still don't believe in me.
It hurts my feelings to hear you say that because I love you to death.
Yeah.
But then I look at it and I say everybody's life, everybody's childhood, all this shit affects them in a way.
Even my family cracks jokes on me about who I am and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It is what it is, but like, I know I will be a multimillionaire one day. Like, I can guarantee I will be.
I love that thought process. And that's the thing, Ed, like, I think that's why we talked about this the other day, and you said that. You're like, why? You're like, you're always real with me. And I always said that shit to you. I'm like you would come to me and you would bullshit. And you were at that point in your life where you were depressed enough to bullshit people and say, I'm making this much. I'm making this much. And I'd be real. I'm like, no, you're not.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You know what I mean? Like, don't lie.
I was embarrassed where my life was, Yeah. Like, I'm not going to lie. I've made millions and millions and millions of mistakes. Mm-hmm. And I had to make those mistakes to grow to who I am today.
100%, bro. I'm so happy to hear you say this shit because you used to not be like that. You used to be in denial a lot.
No, my mindset was like a young kid.
Yeah.
Then you get older and your mind grows. Like, everyone's mind grows, even when you're a baby.
Yeah,
when you're a baby, your mind has to grow until a toddler.
Oh, when you're a baby, that's what it's very susceptible to knowledge and gaining knowledge quickly. So that's why but the thing is this, I feel the 30s is so prominent. Like, I'm 34 and I see what happened to me over the past 3 to 4 years. I really grown and my mind has changed and I've realized certain things in my life, what my passion is, what I want to do, what I really want to be, what my future, holds for me. Yeah. And I think some people don't ever get that. No. And part of the problem is that they don't slow down. Yeah. You know what I mean? You got so much drama going on in your life. You got so much shit going on in your life.
That's why, if people that believe in God, I feel like when God puts a million speed bumps in front of you, you got to get over the speed bumps to get to the next part. Yeah. I was driving the other day and I was thinking to myself, wow, there really is 3 parts into life. You got your younger part where you don't have much worries. You don't really need to work. You don't have to pay a lot of bills. Then you got the second part in life where, like, wow, you got to work. You got to work so hard to get to that third part of your life where you can retire and be successful. Who wants to work until they're 70, 80 years old? Right. You want to retire when you're 50, 55, 60 so you can enjoy the rest of your life.
Yeah. I mean, shit, my goal is before 40, bro. I want to be, I have like these, spectacular goals, but I don't care how spectacular. I don't care if they seem untouchable for some people. Yeah. For me, they're not, and that's just my mindset. But, like,
I think there's more to life than just work until the day you die.
100%.
People don't realize that there's more to life.
Well, that's where your mind comes in, and you have to be able to think for yourself. You can't get caught up in everything that society is doing, telling you to do, all that shit. That's why I don't believe in the education, all that shit, because they structure this stuff out for you to be controlled and go and work so that they at the top can live the lavish lives that you can only dream of.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, why should Nancy Pelosi be worth $120 million? What the hell has she done for this damn country?
You're not a fan of her, huh?
No,
not
at all.
Either.
I'm just saying, but like, it's not fair to people that work their ass off to have to struggle when they're retired. You go to a store, you see a 7-year-old woman working the cash register. Yeah, that's not how it should be. That's not fair.
Well, yes, we all make our own decisions on top of it, but like you just said too, here there's 2 things to it. You just said there was like 3 parts of life. You can't fuck those parts up.
No, you can't.
If you start fucking those parts up, it's gonna prolong those, getting there.
100%.
And the other aspect of it is government and people in government or people of power being able to really have control over everything that we do, meaning we could have such better lives and more money in our pocket and all these things if these politicians and these powerful people were actually doing the right thing and not lying, cheating, stealing, because the more they do that, the more they need more money to do it, and the money's coming out of our pockets, and they're lying to us saying, we need it for this, need it for that, blah, blah, blah.
Honestly, look at this whole impeachment thing. Like, even he did nothing wrong. I'm not even going to get into that because I know there's people out there that are going to talk their junk, whatever they're going to say. Oh, I hate Trump, whatever. But look at these politicians. All they did was for hours and hours go somewhere and speak, and they're getting paid all this money for what? Just to make a joke out of the country, just to make a joke out of us, like that. They know I'm getting paid millions and $1 million, and I'm just sitting in front of the Senate talking about nonsense.
Yeah, lying. My thing is this: I don't understand how they're not held to a higher standard. You got people that are convicted of felonies, convicted of fraud, convicted of sex crimes, drug crimes, all these crazy things, and they're allowed to be elected officials. That should be disqualified.
I mean, I knew he wasn't getting impeached. Think about it. If Bill Clinton get his pecker sucked underneath the desk in the Oval Office, and he didn't get impeached, you really think that Trump's going to get impeached? You know?
Well, yeah. I mean, they didn't have anything on him anyways. Yeah. But people. The problem is this: nobody can think for themselves. I'll give you an example. It's funny because my Facebook's pretty open for the most part. I'm opinionated and whatnot, but you have people that want to comment, and then when you start to come back at them because they want to put a rude comment down, and I'm asking, I come back and I'm like hitting them with facts.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, now they want to respond. They can't respond with facts. I want facts. If you're going to debate or if you're going to...
somebody blocked you?
Yeah, somebody blocked me because they were... it was about the Trump and...
So you know?
I never met this person in my life, no. But they blocked me. They were... made a rude comment about the whole Nancy Pelosi ripping the speech up. And she was like, tit for tat, da-da-da, all the stuff that he did to our country and da-da-da-da and whatever. So I just started spitting out facts, basically being like, okay, what about all these people being linked to Ukraine that are obviously stealing our tax money? This is like proven facts.
Let me ask you a question. People out there that don't like the president and they like Obama. Obama brought, I don't know how much it was, $120 million, whatever it was, on a plane overnight.
No, it was like billion,
whatever it was, to Iran overnight and gave them the money. Yeah. If Trump did that right now, they'd want his head.
Oh God!
I mean, let's be real here. People out there that say I hate him. Okay, you hate him. You hate him for what he did 15 years ago.
All these people were friends with him. There's pictures of them.
You hate him from so many years ago. Even people on Facebook. Oh, I want you. Please. You can message me, debate me. I don't care. You can debate me as much as you want because you're not going to win the debate. Since he got elected, why do you hate him? Tell me.
Because the media. Because this is what the politicians. This is why they're doing this, and this is why Americans need to smarten up. Because the Democrats or politicians in general, they are not telling you the whole story. So in reality, the Democrats, Nancy Pelosi, all these people, Biden, all these people. We're laundering billions of dollars back to themselves. Yeah. All right? Billions of dollars back to their pockets, their families' pockets, their friends' pockets, so on and so forth. The only way for them to hide that is to make the people hate something else and focus on something else, which is Donald Trump. Okay? Yeah. So the Democrats have to make Donald Trump look like the villain to hide their crimes. He was obviously going to expose their crimes because that was what he was saying. I'm going to drain the swamp. I'm going to get the corruption out.
That's
blah,
right.
Blah, blah.
People think he's racist.
That's why they wanted him gone from the day one. Because think about it. If you're becoming ridiculously rich and all these people are connected, Obama's connected, Hillary's connected, all these people are connected in doing it, why would they want this guy in there? They wanted. I put a video up not too long ago and it explains it all. Basically, they thought Hillary was going to win. They're so arrogant. Oh, yeah. They thought, so they never thought that they would have this problem of all this shit getting exposed. And then when she lost, it fucked everything up for them.
I mean, Nancy Pelosi's salary is $200,000 a year. She's worth $120 million.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Where's she getting the money from?
Yeah,
she has her own businesses.
Well, she was also caught doing insider trading with like Visa or something years back. Yeah. Her husband's like a big real estate developer or something along those lines, and she's passing laws that benefit him to make billions and millions or whatever they're doing. And in the meantime, the place she presides over is a shithole. And what people, come on, open your eyes. All the two states that are pushing this whole thing are New York and California Democrats.
Yeah.
And those states are in shambles.
They're shambled. I think California is the most homeless people.
California used to be the most beautiful, like dream-like state, and now it's a disaster.
Yeah, because they don't care about their own states. They don't care about their people.
They care about just getting elected. That's it.
They want to be in control.
And what I don't understand is how people just accept this. I talk to some people and they're like, "Bro, that's just what they do." And I'm like, that doesn't matter to you?
If you watch any of this impeachment stuff, any of these conversations, Jerry Nader said it on live TV We can't put the election into the people's hands. Like, that tells you right there, they don't want you to elect Trump as president. They want to be in control of who's running the country.
Think of it like
this. They say
this.
it right in front of your face.
If they would do that to somebody like Trump, the president of the United States, and basically void all your rights and not obey the Constitution and all these things, what makes you think that they would not do this to you? They don't care. If you're a citizen getting arrested, all these things, you should be furious watching these people committing crimes and nothing happening to them. And they're never going to help you. They're not here to help you. They're here to steal from you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and I'm just like sick of it all. But honestly, my opinion is this: if the Republicans take back the House, Trump gets 4 more years, and they're saying his son might even run after him. Yeah,
I know. The video showed all the years that Trump could be president. People are pretty butthurt over that.
But the thing is this: obviously, like I said, I'm not a big politics guy. I never was. But the fact of the matter is, this guy is actually doing what he said he was going to do, and that's what I respect. It's not. I'm not looking at the guy like I love who he is. I respect he's doing what he said he was going to do, and people's lives are changing for the better.
To be honest, before Trump became president, I thought he was a joke. I thought he was just a TV guy. He was a joke. Like, I never liked Trump. I never talked about Trump.
Right, same.
I never thought. I didn't give a crap about him. Mm-hmm. Then you started listening to him. I mean, yeah, he had failed businesses. He had this, he had that. He did things in his life, whatever. People want to judge him. As long as he's making the country better and safer, shouldn't that be the most important thing?
Right.
Not your hate for him?
It seems his intentions are there, and that's what I care most about in reality. It's not about, and I don't care whether you're Democrat or Republican. I care about your intention.
To be honest with you, he's very transparent with certain things. He says it how it is. Like, that's what people don't like him. Because he doesn't, because the way he talks. Good, if I was up there too getting bashed, I'd tell people to go kick rocks.
Think of it like this, dude. Would you rather have somebody be real to your face, okay, and tell you how it is, and then you can walk away and know where you stand? Or would you rather somebody lie to your face and then behind your back talk shit to you? Because that's what Obama was.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? People liked him in reality because he was a smooth talker. He went out. He was on late night TV like half the time. People complain about Trump playing golf. This guy's playing golf. Yeah. This guy was on late night TV. He was hanging out with Beyonce and Jay-Z. No respect for the police.
Obama knew how to talk. Obama knew how to get over on everybody. He knew how to control people through talking. Mm-hmm. He was good at that. That's what he did. But in reality, he did nothing in 8 years. He didn't even help his own city.
Exactly.
He's done nothing. And everything wants to get blamed on Trump. Like I said, you can hate him all you want, whatever. But like I said, give me a reason why you hate him. Don't say he's racist, and don't say because he likes women. Yeah. Those aren't answers to why you hate the guy.
Because in reality, here's the fact of the matter. All these people that hate him have either done worse or have said the same things or whatever. Every single guy at some point in their life has talked in a manner where they were talking sexually about a female. Yeah. Okay? I'm sure women even do that often as well. So that's ridiculous, okay?
Tell me why it's okay for Johnny Depp to say, I can't believe no one has assassinated Trump yet. Or why Madonna says, I'm going to blow up the White House. Or why Kathy Griffin?
Yeah, or George Lopez.
Kathy Griffin holds Trump's head. Tell me why a celebrity is able to get away with this and able to say these things about the president, but no one wants to say nothing just because they don't like the guy.
Yeah.
Get out of here. You don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that pisses me off the most because I don't like the fact that it's not equal there. You see these celebrities doing all this shit, getting away with this stuff, and normal people going to jail.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't make sense.
People rather hate the president than love our country. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy is you see other countries rising together against their government because the government's corrupt. And we're sitting here playing games on hating each other. It makes zero sense. And that's why I don't feel we are. I mean, Trump's doing a real good job on making us feel like we're a strong, united, best country in the world. But at the same time, I don't feel that way because I see the division.
I feel like Trump is uniting all different kind of races. Like there's people out there that are, I mean, a lot of African Americans are all about Trump.
Yeah, you just don't see it because the media is not throwing it out.
Because they want to say he's racist, you know. Yeah. But, like, you know, I think he's doing a good job. Like I said, if you're a Democrat and you love the Democrats so much, look how much taxpayer money they wasted with this impeachment. You knew all along that he did nothing that's illegal, and you knew that the Republicans hold the House. They weren't going to vote him out, impeached. It was stupid. It was a waste of everyone's time.
They held the Senate.
Yeah,
they held the Senate. But listen, it's all a game. It's all to take us away from what's really going on. Because here's what I feel. I feel like the longer they do this, the longer it takes away from us finding out the truth about what was really going on behind the scenes, what Biden and Ukraine really was doing, all these things. Because if we have to keep going through these shenanigans, and listen, we already know something next is coming, something next.
Yeah. No,
they're gonna pull something next.
Of course, Trump already said it on his last news conference thing.
And even
they'll find something else.
Yeah, and even he cracks me up actually. But even though, like, I don't like Bernie Sanders either, that dude is, like, off his rocker, they're fucking him over, too, the Democrats. And
he lets them.
That's what's crazy. And I just posted something earlier talking about how one of the biggest donors to that, like, Iowa caucus app that was, like, it was all fucked up and shit, was George Soros.
Let me ask you a question. Like, Bernie Sanders is letting them fuck him over twice. You want a guy with no backbone run the country?
Yeah, exactly.
He's letting these people fuck him over.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We'll just run our country, buddy. Go right for it. Sneak right in and kill us all.
Yeah.
Like, are you retarded?
Yeah.
I think Trump just murdered another terrorist.
Yeah, he did, too. 2 more.
But, hey, he shouldn't be murdering these terrorists.
Which is something he promised to do. And he's doing.
I agree.
You know?
So like I said, a lot of people out there, you know, they're gonna judge what we're talking about. They're gonna say the things.
This is an opinionated show. It's not about who's right or wrong.
Yeah, but they don't have the guts to debate you. They don't want to debate you because they know they're wrong.
Everybody has the right to their own opinion. I get it, and I let people have that. But at the same time, what bothers me the most is that they don't see through the bullshit. I want people to see through the bullshit. I don't care, like I said, if you're Democrat or Republican. I care about intention. So if it's a politician or somebody that has power to change our lives, why do you think there's so much mental health? Because when people have to work 2-3 jobs, 80 hours a week, run around, not have daycare, not have this, not have money for their meds, health care, all these things, it stresses people out, and stress causes disease. Stress causes people to do drugs, drink, all these problems.
They say money don't make you happy. That's bullshit. The more money you have, the happier you are. I tell you right now.
If you're using that in the right way.
Exactly. I mean, if you have no money, you're not happy. There's no one out there with no money that's happy.
Oof, that's hard to say. I don't know.
Put a poll up. Put a poll up. I'm telling you.
What would the poll be? If you had, are you poor and are you happy?
I mean, do you not have a lot of money? Are you happy? Like, what would make you happier? People say having more money. I mean, I wonder. It's the truth.
You think that's what most people want?
I mean,
more money.
Nothing. They want to be financially secure. They want to have to have no worries about where they're going to get their next money for their next bill, you know?
Yeah. It's more, that's more or less society, though, making it that way.
I mean, things are...
Because it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, why are things so expensive if we control... I mean, don't we really control what the prices are of everything? So, why is everything out of control? Why are we... You know, there's reasons behind it. Because certain people are getting rich off of all this stuff. Of course. But, like... So much of the country and the world is struggling.
If you go grocery shopping, half the stuff in the grocery store should not be that expensive.
Oh, it's outrageous now. It's outrageous. It's outrageous.
It's crazy. I mean, you probably have to spend at least $400 a month on groceries.
Absolutely. I probably spend $1.50 every time I go.
If you got a family,
and that's just me.
Yeah, in family, you got even more. Like, it's crazy that for us to survive and eat, you got to spend that much money.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Something's not right.
Things need to change.
I agree 100%.
Ed, what's your plans for the future?
No, I just, like I said, I want to grow my business. You know, I'm in Connecticut right now. It's hired guys. We have hiring guys in Massachusetts. We're getting a team in Chicago, getting a team in Florida. Yeah. I want to get to every state where I can sell solar, you know? the more people I have working for me, the more money I'm going to make, the more money I'm going to expand everything.
And listen, this kid's not a joke, guys.
No, not a joke. I'm definitely not a joke. So if you think I'm a joke, you're really stupid. Because I'm actually intelligent. But no, I'm saying, we've had so many good times as friends,
Yeah, this is what it's all about. It's about building these relationships, keeping them going, progressing in life.
A great story. Me and Jay got our first ever tattoos together when we were 18, 19. We just graduated high school. We went to a Jersey Shore with a bunch of dudes, and we're a little buzzed. We're like, oh, let's go get a tattoo.
Yeah. And I got the outlines of the flames on my right forearm. You got a
sun
tribal
on the inside of your ankle. On my ankle. But you were in pain that first tattoo.
Yeah, it was not. I didn't know what to expect, and it was not an area that's very, giving for pain.
That was a fun trip, though. We were like 10 guys.
Yeah.
We were like, oh my god! I drank a whole bottle of. That's why I don't drink Sky Vodka anymore. I drank a whole bottle of Sky Vodka in 2 hours. I was so drunk. It was probably.
I remember we stayed down there for almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I remember a picture of you. We covered you in everything we had. Everything we had.
I had pounds and pounds of food, clothes, stuff all covered. I was so drunk. I think I threw up all over the room and everything. That was bad.
You were covered in everything. I think we threw you off the balcony into the pool. I think you got hit by a car that week.
I might have.
Ran over.
I think my God.
Not the first time. I remember one time working. I was working midnights at the time. I get called by East Haven Police.
Oh.
And it's a police officer saying, I'm here with your buddy. He had a domestic or something with that chick you were dating. And she ran him over with the car.
Oh, yeah.
And they were sending you to
yeah, that was I'm not going to say names, but that was a crazy, crazy time. I'm trying to think we had so many crazy times.
Oh, man. And I'm just thinking, I don't know why they're calling me right now. What am I going to do with this kid?
Yeah, remember I was at a bar. I'm not going to say the bar's name, but I was roofied. I was roofied, and I was literally walking on the bridge in New Haven.
The Q Bridge.
Yeah, the Q Bridge.
Who roofied you? A gay dude?
I think so. Yeah. I love the gays, but it was I don't know what happened. But I definitely got roofied. I tell you right now, that was a horrible experience. But you're not even yourself when you're roofied. That's crazy. Remember the time of my birthday, we were in Stanford, and I was so drunk I ran headfirst into a car.
Yeah. You put a giant body-sized
literally,
dent.
The person that the cop said that it looked like a dare hit the car. Oh, it was that. I literally, the whole window smashed out. I didn't even get hurt.
No, you were. Listen, we've seen many times of you.
That's why I realized liquor really is, it controls you when you're drunk. You don't know what you're doing. That's why.
And in your 20s, you're really you don't understand it as much. And that's where I think it's dangerous for some people because then they get into their 30s and stress starts to hit, and that's where they lean on the alcohol.
Yeah.
Because in their 20s, it was so, it was their friend. It made them have so much fun and this and that. So when you associate that alcohol with your 20s of being fun and making you feel good, when stress comes in your 30s or older or whatever, that's where alcohol is.
See, the amount of liquor, it's weird. You can be a shy person and you're not talk to people, but when you drink and you get drunk, you're a different person. It takes something out of you when you drink. It makes you more confident. It makes you not care less. That's why now that I'm older, I don't drink a lot, but when I do drink, I try to control myself to if I want to get a buzz, I get a buzz, not go past the buzz to where I can't. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. That's when you get older, you start realizing that. A lot of people don't get that.
Yeah, you got to control it. I really hate drinking. Obviously, I had a bad experience years back, which people don't even understand. But that was one of the first times I ever really drank in my life.
Yeah,
I was never a drinker, dude. And
that's it. That was that experience. That wasn't you.
No,
that was more the liquor turning into something different.
Well, yeah. I had a lot of stress going on in my life at the time, learning a new job, an ex-girlfriend doing some crazy shit, my sister, my mother. I had a lot of things going on, in my life at a young age, stressful, and you make a bad decision.
And the media loved every bit of it. That's what the media does. The media didn't want to not put it out there. The media wanted it out there.
Of course. But you know what? I'm grateful for it because I'm a big believer that everything happens for a reason. And I've had definitely a tough amount of years, made mistakes here and there, but it made me into the man I am. And I'm very grateful for that because I'm very happy with who I am.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You know,
what other stories we got that we have so many stories. I can't even.
I remember one time when we were I think we were maybe out of high school. I'm not sure, but remember we went to the gas station and we stopped at that gas station in Brantford at like the where Starbucks is now over there.
Yes.
And we went inside. I think you got gas or some shit like that, and we leave. We're like halfway down the highway. Going back to East Haven, you're like, oh, I left my wallet there. So we go back. Somebody takes your wallet. The guy says that, yeah, there was a wallet here. A guy took it. And you start flipping out.
Oh, I did. An Indian guy.
Yeah, you start flipping out on the guy that worked there to the point where they had to shut the gas station down and lock the doors because you were going so nuts.
I know.
And then this dude comes there. I don't remember if you remember this. It was a black dude.
Yeah, I remember.
He was
dancing on the car.
He was like drunk. He got on the top of his car, the roof of his pulls his pants down, butt naked, and was dancing like I'm not talking just dancing. I'm talking putting caving in the roof of his car.
Yes. Yes, that was oh. You remember the time we were? I don't know if we were in high school, maybe not in high school. Me and Andy ran naked through a McDonald's drive-thru.
Oh yeah,
that was a fun time.
Yeah.
But we also had a lot of fun times later in life too.
Yeah. I mean, my 20s was like wild, but I think like when you're a little freer in your 20s and you have money and you're starting to gain some momentum in life.
Yeah.
It gets.
We had a lot of fun when we lived in West Haven.
Oh, the West Haven house was awesome, dude. Right on the water,
right on the water.
Overlooking the water. That was a big thing for me. Why I needed to be on the water, and that was a motivator for me. Like I'm gonna work my balls off so I can get a house on the water because that's what I want. Because I lived in 2 houses on the water, and there's nothing like it. And I knew that that feeling's never gonna go away. I need that.
No, it was like I said. I definitely don't. I don't regret the fun I had. I regret a lot of the decisions I made.
See, the difference between me and you was, and I asked you this question before. I asked you like what you thought the difference was, and the difference was that you said you were always lazy.
Yeah.
Even though I had a lot of fun throughout my life, I worked my balls off all the time. My work ethic was just That's one thing I pride myself on.
Yeah.
And I may have made mistakes in here and there and stuff, but I try to learn from them for the most part. But my work ethic is on point. I don't care if I'm tired or whatever. My work ethic is on point.
You liked to work back then,
and that's what made me successful. Is staying with that. But that's where you fell off. Because I used to remember working my balls off. You never even leaving your bedroom, your TV on all day long.
No, I know. The thing about it's
blasting.
I didn't want to work for other people. I couldn't. I just didn't want someone to boss me around.
Every week there was a new hole in the wall in his bedroom.
That was it. That's when I lived in East Haven.
No, that was at the West Haven house too. Remember you had holes all in there?
Oh, I had a few holes in there. Yeah. I mean, I was wild. My mind was. It was just different.
Tell these people a story about how you drove up in the middle of the night in a state trooper. You had 2 times you saw
I was dating this girl, lived in Marlboro. It was far away. She was older. She was nuts. We came home. Shout out by the way to Johnny K. Good dude.
Johnny K.
But so it was me, Johnny, and Jay. I don't know who else we're with. I don't know if you were dating Natasha.
We lived in the house?
Yeah, in West Haven. We went out one night and we came home.
I don't remember that.
That was the night where I hit the house with the car. My car. So I was so drunk and I went inside and the person told me to come over. I didn't put pants on, so I drove my boxers all the way up to Marlboro, and I was sitting in a parking lot. So I literally it was she never don't drive drunk. It's not a good thing. But where the cops, it was the cop that I had an altercation with weeks before, where
you had a domestic with the same girl.
Yeah, the girl was a little nuts. She kind of like attacked me with a wine glass type situation. And I was 27, and this the cop that came. It was the black guy, and I was just like, I had an altercation with him. I almost like fought him. He was rude. It seemed to me he was kind of racist. I don't know, like he hated me.
Okay.
But he was the one that came in the parking lot and saw me again. The first thing he did, I never seen a cop laugh that hard in my life, because I'm sitting there in my boxers and just sitting there. It was just he ended up letting me go, and I drove back home, I think. But it was just things like that. I mean, at that age, I get you're younger, but now as you get older, you realize stupid decisions.
You are a handful, bro.
Yes, I am.
Let me tell you, you are a handful. I can't tell you how many times I went out with this kid, and he got blitzed drunk or whatever, like in his 20s, early 20s, and he was a handful.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my best times, you know. Like I said, I got kids now, so it's kind of I don't want my kids to ever see me like that, or show that I want to be a role model to them. But like, it's just no. I mean, my mindset was totally different back then. Like it wasn't how it is now. Like it wasn't like I want to be different. People still look at me as I was in my 20s, but I'm totally different now. Type situation. You are, and that's a big reason why our friendship has flourished, because I would not let this kid. I'm very protective with my circle of people, and I'm very loyal to those certain people, and they know they can count on me, and that's something that I have to know in return. So you like me? Like I know this. Like a lot of people hate. If you hate me, you're gonna hate me. If you like me, you're gonna like me. Probably more people hate me than like me, but it doesn't bother me. Like I don't care if someone doesn't like me.
For the most part, if those people aren't contributing to your life in a positive manner, they don't matter.
No, but people out there think it bothers me. No, if you hate me, I don't care. Like I'm sure there's people that are gonna listen to this that hate me. You know, but think about it. It doesn't affect me. Like I'm not losing sleep over it. I don't care. I have no compassion. I don't care.
Well, you do need to have a little bit more compassion.
Well, the people that don't like me, I don't care.
Yeah, no.
People that like me and that enjoy being around me, I have no. I'm loyal as loyal can be with somebody.
For the most part, yes. With friends and whatnot, you are, yeah.
Like if somebody needs me, I'm usually there for them in any way I can try to be. Yeah. Type situation.
Yeah. You have helped me many times, and vice versa. I think that's why our friendship flourishes and stays where it is, and more than likely it will just get better. Eddie's in a great mind state.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of seeing where he's gone in his life.
Because a lot of people they do judge you by the way you look and the way you act. Pete, that's what this world is about, judging people.
Well, half the time people don't know what's going on at all anyways. No. So they look at Eddie and they say, I know this Eddie. This is how I know Eddie Derenzo. Yeah. But they haven't seen you in person in probably 10 years.
People that think they know me don't. Because you encountered me or you've been around me a few times doesn't mean you actually know me. You know,
that goes for everybody.
I could probably count on my hands on people actually know me.
This is why I've learned as I got older to not really judge much, and not because it's happened to me so much that I know it sucks. I don't want people to deal with that shit. You know, for me, I'm a pretty strong, level-headed dude. I don't really care much. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm happy with who I am, but a lot of people can't deal with that stuff.
A lot of people on social media like to bully. I mean, bullying like where like they want to say something smart to you to try to put you down, try to make you feel less than what you are. I see it a lot on social media now. That's why, honestly, social media now is only good to reconnect with family members or like do our business. Other than that, to me, it's just negativity.
There's a lot of negativity, and I was off of it for a while, and it felt great. My mind felt great, and then I had to go back because I have business and stuff there. Yeah. And that's why I'm trying to do all this with the For the Love is like I really want there to be something positive that I can utilize on social media, not all negative. I want people to be involved in something positive, and if we can get people together that maybe would have never talked before in their life, then we're doing something good.
Because the more positive you are, the more positive.
It really does spread. It really does spread everything out.
Believe me, because I was so negative. I was the most negative person on the face of the earth. There was no one more negative than me.
I was negative because you dwell on everything that happens.
I hated life. I hated people. I woke up miserable. That's not a way to live life. No. That's not how I want to be remembered. I want to be remembered as a good person that did stuff for his family his kids, successful to help other people out, type situation.
Yeah, I mean, your character is everything in reality, because your character is really the class act of who you are. That's what that's what really shows people what they can get from you.
No, yeah, like I said, like I came on here, like I didn't know if I wanted to like talk about a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things I didn't talk about, but
well, yeah, we're gonna have you on again.
Yeah.
I mean, this show is basically a running show for everybody. It's anybody that wants to come on. This is like a therapy session for people too. It's fun. It's good. It's not just for people to get to know the real you, but just understand that we're all similar.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that thought I'd come on here and make a joke out of myself and act like an idiot, but that's not the real me. That's the me I put out there for everybody. Sometimes this is the real me.
I think what you do is that that's what most people think of you, so you just roll with it. You let them. Yeah, you let them have their fun.
It's like being an actor.
Yeah.
You put a show on for people.
Yeah, you let them have their fun. Eddie lets you guys have his fun.
Yeah, let you have your fun, but when I'm a multi-millionaire, then you'll see who's having their last laugh. But I did want to actually, I wanted to apologize to everyone I've done wrong to, people I've hurt in the past, all my life. I think a sincere apology to people can do things. Brighten somebody's day. But like I said, I've hurt a lot of people. I've done a lot of wrong things, and I think it's only right for me, to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry for those people I did hurt or offended or didn't treat how they should have been treated. Because everyone, deserves to be treated the proper way, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that's a very stand-up thing for you to do. I think that anybody that maybe you did do some things to knows who they are, and that goes out to all of them.
Yeah, of course.
It's a big thing for you. I'm proud of you for doing that.
Thank you.
So that's episode 6 with Eddie.
This was actually a good time. Like I think I can do this more often.
It's fun, right?
I think I should do this once a week.
It's fun. Well, we got to get some other people on here, but you're definitely going to be a regular.
I mean, you should have maybe me and somebody else come on and talk about sports once a week or certain things.
This is going to be for anybody. This is something that I want everybody to be involved in. I'm hoping more people reach out because don't be fearful. Don't think that like Eddie was nervous beforehand, but
I'm never nervous. Like I'm a salesman. I'm never nervous.
It's fun. You know what I mean? It's relaxing.
Even have like an episode where you're talking about dating and dating
whatever
advice
people want to
type
talk
thing,
about. Send us some ideas, guys.
Yeah.
If you want me and Eddie to be a segment and we'll just talk about things, you can ask us questions. You can whatever. We'll figure shit out. Anybody that wants to be involved, this thing is.
If you want to learn about sex, you can come to me.
Oh, there it is. There he is.
I had to throw a little zing in there.
There he is. The Eddie everybody knows.
I had to get my fans excited.
Yeah,
I'm only kidding.
But there he is. Episode 6 is finished, guys. Till next time, all right? Check us out on Instagram. This episode will be available on Spotify, Buzzsprout, YouTube, SoundCloud, and I'm not sure if I'm missing anything, but if I am, go check us out on Instagram. It'll all be there. Have a good night.